Hey everybody, this is Dead Winter Dead with another Battlefield 4 video for you. Well, it's about time to push out some more videos. I was away for several days. You guys may have noticed that I stopped posting videos for about a week and a half, something like that. But I'm back and I'm able to put up some videos. And the first thing we're going to take a look at is the CZ805. Now, when I redid the AR-160 and just went back and kind of took a look at that, somebody in my channel, one of my subs, said, "Hey, Dad, you should try the CZ805." And I said, okay, I don't see why not. So I picked it up and I gave it a try. And I gotta say, it was a blast to use. Not only is it a cool looking weapon, and it sounds great, but it's just fun. It's effective if you learn how to use it right and if you kind of take your time. Now, it's not a FAMAS, it's not an F2000, it's not an AEK, it's not a bullet hose. You're not going to be destroying people constantly. It's one of those kind of niche weapons where you have to take your time, set up your shots, and set yourself up for success, and then the weapon will do the rest. Meaning, it's an average battlefield weapon. Now, since we didn't get any new weapons with the Final Stand DLC, minus the Phantom Bow and a couple of random battle pickups, I'm going to be going back and I'm going to be taking a look at some weapons. There may be some weapons that were introduced in later DLCs. There may be some vanilla weapons. But the game's winding down and I kind of like to spread out a little bit. I know you have some players who they play with only 3 weapons and that's it, and that's all they play with, and that's all they want to do. But I kind of want to spread out and just spread my wings a little bit, just to see what else is out there. Keep the game fresh, until Battlefield 5 or whatever. Anyway, the CZ805 is a real-life weapon. It is the CZ805 Bren, B-R-E-N. It is a weapon developed in the Czech Republic for the Czech Armed Forces. I believe it's also used in Slovakia, I believe. I'm not quite sure on that, so don't quote me that. But it is a real-life assault rifle. But besides that, let's take a look at some of the battlefield stats. Excuse me. Now, it is an assault rifle, which means it was affected by the nerf patch, the patch that nerfed most of the weapons or increased the time to kill. Its max damage is 24, minimum damage is 18. Again, the drop-off starts at 8 meters, ends at 55, very, very typical. It's got a respectable rate of fire of 700 rounds per minute. Muzzle velocity is 620. If you throw a suppressor on this bad boy, it's going to be 350. It does have a magazine size of 30, which means you can carry 31 rounds. That's 30 rounds in the magazine and 1 in the chamber. Reload time is 2.9 seconds if it's completely empty, 2.35 if there is a round left in the chamber. So not much of a difference, about a 3-second reload. Recoil up is 0.29. Recoil left is 0.06, recoil right 0.26. So it's kind of got an odd recoil. It is going to go up, obviously, and then pull to the right, which it does consistently. Recoil management on this thing at very close range is actually pretty easy to do. I'd throw a laser sight on it, rock and roll all day long, take down bad guys all day long. You will have to watch out for those higher rate of fire weapons, but if you get the drop on bad guys, you're not going to have too many problems taking them down. Once you start to get at the end of medium range, the beginning of long range or extreme long ranges, that's where you're going to have to start tap firing, taking your time. I wouldn't suggest using a higher magnification sight such as a 3.4 sight or an ACOG. That's probably just going to be a waste of your time because there are better weapons out there if you're going to be using an assault rifle for long range combat. The first one that comes to mind is the SAR-21. Now, this weapon I found performed the best at close range, the longer end of close range, the beginning part of medium range. Again, you don't want to get in too close with your high rate of fire PDWs or your high rate of fire assault rifles, such as your MTARs, your FAMASs, blah, blah, blah. But as you can see right here, this shot right here, nice slow tap firing. Granted, this guy was hunkered down in a corner and trying to take cover, but that's a pretty decent range, and that's about the distance that you're going to be able to consistently put shots on target. Anything much further than that, the spread is just going to be all over the place. And unless, like I said, you're using an ACOG or you are just an extremely gifted battlefield player, you probably won't get shots too much further than that consistently. Now, I had a lot of fun using this weapon. It is an average battlefield weapon. It is not the best weapon for every situation. It is not the best assault rifle. But like I said, I wanted to switch it up, play with things that you don't really see a whole lot. Try to bring you guys something new and sort of fresh. This right here is a little bit dirty. Bam, bam, bam. Kill them as they spawn in. Hey, a kill is a kill, right? Again, I would use this weapon on the go. Stay on the move, stay on the move. I threw a stubby grip on it. I threw a compensator on it. You could probably also throw a muzzle brake if you're having trouble with some of that recoil. Flash hider would even be just fine. If you're trying to stay off the minimap, throw a suppressor on there. Any red dot sight will do. It really doesn't matter. But then again, it really is up to you. I did use the laser sight a little bit. You guys know that I'm not much of a hip fire guy. But for some reason, hip firing with the CZ805 kind of felt natural. I was able to hip fire, and not just hip fire, but hip fire successfully and in a continuous manner. I think there was one point where I hosed down 3 guys with 1 magazine. Now granted, it was close quarters and we were all kind of panicking, but I was able to walk out of that firefight pretty easily and pretty confident of my ability to use the CZ805. So if you guys have not taken a look at this weapon, give it a try. It is not going to blow your pants off. Like I said, very average battlefield weapon. A lot of fun to use. Go ahead and kit it up however you want. Not too long range though. Keep in mind hip fire and close quarters combat. My name's Dead Winter Dead. Thanks for watching.
Did he just knife me?
He just front knifed me. So much for counter knife.